I want to know what your opinion of him, because he's told me he's great on it.
Well, you bang out of order, first of all.
Okay.
Do
you have a good night when you're with us?
I tell you what, I wish I hadn't lost a tenner every time I've come down. That would have improved it.
You point out there about the football analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Ferguson, when did he score a goal?
Right.
He doesn't. He tells the others how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? That's
he
my
doesn't
role
take
in
up
there.
one of the 11, though, does he?
No, exactly.
It's not like you can only field 10.
Yeah.
Because, we only got 10 again. I want to be in the 11.
Exactly. He's not running around in midfield, falling over.
Yeah, shouting, oh, what have I told you?
Yeah.
No.
Right. I'll admit,
And there's a limit of 5 players. We should explain that. That's the point.
Yeah, there's only 5 players on the team.
So
but it was pretty tricky on Tuesday, though, wasn't it? It was one of the tougher...
Tell everyone the one question you got right.
It was something about,
Well, tell us the answer. The 2 words you had to say to get the answer.
Danny Minogue.
Danny Minogue. That was what you provided, Danny Minogue.
Is this valuable as
well, no, not really, because there was at least 2 of us who also knew the answer.
Oh, well,
we gave him.
He didn't provide anything.
No, exactly. We gave it to Carl. We massaged his ego.
Oh,
but
dear.
I just feel Carl.
Do you know what? I feel a bit bad now because I just sort of either had a crushed face. Then.
Can I just tell you right now?
He just can't believe this.
Can I just tell you right now? I think the problem is this. I think there's that precious 5th position that is not being filled at the moment, I think, consistently enough by a decent player, right? You've got a solid team. I'm thinking if you want to remain on the team, you are going to have to pull your finger out and find a 5th member that is going to provide, and I'll tell you where the weaknesses are, I can tell you right now, mate. The weaknesses are natural history and science. Something which Ricky Gervais is scoring on week in, week out on his team.
There is a few...
Now, if he was available for a transfer, we could be fine. But we've got to find someone to fill in that space. Otherwise, I'm either going to quit, or you're going to have to step down. Because I don't think I can be on a team where there is these obvious deficiencies. There are visible deficiencies in the team.
You know, the £10.
That's £10. I'm not made of money. That's once a month.
I've seen him depressed for 2 hours when he lost £20 at a casino
Don't
after
bring
5
it back.
hours
Don't bring that back. Don't bring up that again.
Yeah.
That story.
He doesn't like wasting money, Carl. You know that.
What do you think? What's the solution? We've got to think proactively now. We've got to sort this out.
See, there's always other things going on in my mind when I'm in that pub quiz. For me, it's just a little bit of fun.
Sure.
It's a night out. Do you know what I mean? Suzanne enjoys it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a get-together. We have a chat beforehand.
Yeah.
We have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But there was other things on my mind.
Carl, I can do that here. I don't have to lose a tenner.
Wait, what were you thinking during the quiz then, when the questions were coming out? What were you thinking of?
Well, what it was, right, just before the quiz started, I had to go to the toilet, right, because the rule is, right, people who don't go to it, once it starts, phones off, no more toilet. They take it dead serious, don't they, right?
Yeah.
So, I went to the toilet. Now, I'm not being out of order here, it just got me thinking, right? I went to the toilet. The gay fella in there, right?
There was a gay fella in there?
Gay fella in the toilet. Now,
how could you tell?
How did you know?
Just typical, you know, everything about it, right?
Everything about it, right, yeah.
Oh.
What, large handlebar moustache, leather cap.
Butt plugs, amyl nitrate. Could I just say that these views do not reflect the views of the management of XFM or me and Steve.
Or most of the people in this country.
Go on, Carl. What's your problem?
Yeah, but this is what I'm worried about, really. But this is why I only got Danny Minogue right. Right? Because this was floating around my mind. Went
She's
to the
a big
toilet.
gay icon,
now,
isn't she?
Going to the toilet, they have like men's cubicle and they have women's cubicle.
Yeah.
Now, without sounding out of order, is it wrong for me to think gay men should have their own little cubicle?
Go in!
They should have their own... Well, not cubicle, you mean an actual toilet, I suppose.
When I was at the urinal...
Yeah.
Normally, you know, there's a fella there and you go, alright. And there's no pressure. But I couldn't go. I was thinking, should I wait? If I go into the toilet, it'll look obvious.
Yeah.
I had loads of pressure and
but
this was going on.
What were you worried about?
I'm so sorry.
What were you concerned about?
Viewers. I'm so sorry.
It's like, right, listen, when I was a kid, right, and it's alright for you to go into women's toilets when you're a kid, it's like, oh, it's a bit cute, right, as long as you're not, like, over 15 or something, right?
Right.
But when I was a kid, I went into a toilet, and women, when they use their little cubicles, they don't shut the door. Some of them just sit down on the toilet, right, and you see everything, and, no, seriously, that's probably one of the first times I saw, like, a woman.
Yeah.
That, right, and my Auntie Nora when she was staying over.
What happened with your Auntie Nora?
She was, she's into wearing kaftans.
Into wearing what?
You know, kaftans.
Oh, yeah.
What are kaftans?
Big, bellowy sort of dresses.
Right.
And, yeah, I used to sit on the floor at home in front of the telly.
Sure.
She was on the chair behind.
Yeah.
She did a bit of a, sort of a Sharon Stone scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
There was no underwear?
No.
What age were you?
What was it like?
What age were
It
you?
was like a ripped tennis ball. So.
What? Right, we're off air. We're off air. Either that or put us in for the Sonys. That's how I'm living. Ice-T. That's how I'm living. Bit of old school hip-hop.
Where's RT? Alright.
Good point, yeah.
Go make me a cup of coffee or something.
Well, before you do that, can I just qualify something? I'm a little bit concerned about your toilet discussion. What exactly is your point again? I was just a bit bemused.
You see, it's a tricky one. All I'm saying is, right, there I was at the pub quiz. I go to the toilet, not thinking about anything. I try to go, right, there's a little gay fella next to me.
I love this little gay fella.
Now, the weird thing is, there's nothing stopping him having a little glance, right, because he's allowed in the fella's toilet.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not allowed to go into the woman's toilet and have a little look round.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, should they have another toilet area?
What, for gay people?
Yeah.
And so this would be gay men and lesbians? Is that going to complicate things?
Well, I mean, I can only assume. I mean, to what point? I'll ask you a question, right? If you're intimidated, that's a shame. But you know, most gay men aren't looking at your knob. You know that.
What do you mean?
I can only say that 99.9% of gay men who use a urinal standing next to what they assume is a heterosexual man aren't looking at his knob.
What they're doing then?
They're emptying their bladder.
No, but the thing is,
I can't talk politics with Carl.
You're saying, like, you know, about would you have one toilet for lesbian women and gay fellas, right?
What does that mean? Yeah, would it be mixed? Would it just be?
Well,
would it have a man on one? That's heterosexual man. One little picture of a woman on the other, and then what? What would the little icon be?
A man and a woman?
A man and a woman.
Just having a chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In pink and dot
But
lines.
you couldn't mix them, because then what would happen is you'd get people who are going, oh, I'll play up to this a bit.
What, pretend to be gay?
And yeah, you know, sort of grow a moustache and shave their head.
And pretend to be a lesbian.
Right. Yeah. So, I see, so you know people pretending to be gay so they could go in and have a look at the lesbians?
Yeah.
Right. So that would mean that we need 4 cubicles now, would we?
Yeah, no, this is fine. 4 cubicles is fine.
So every pub
How
now...
many toilets do we need at
Every
the
pub's
moment?
now got 4 toilets.
Oh, Carl, bisexuals.
Yeah. No, interesting.
Bisexuals. How many toilets do we need now? Call the council.
Do you use any?
Huh?
No.
No, because they're interested in everything, aren't they?
Because the little bisexual fellow will be looking at your knob.
Right. With them,
Yeah.
what you do, you just have a door, you open it, and there's one urinal there, so you can't get a queue. They have to sort of wait.
I just thought that, well, why can't there just be a thing between the urinals? So no one can look at anyone else's knob.
Wait a minute. Just to go back to Ricky's point, what stops, even if we've got the toilet for gay men, what stops the gay men who want to have a look at your willy going in the regular toilet and pretending that they're straight?
Most men don't
Who's gonna police this?
don't wear gay across their
No,
head.
exactly.
They don't have a tattoo. There's no branding yet in the British house where they have to declare.
So we're going to have to expand this,
What
so we've
do
all
you-
got to carry identity
Do you know
cards.
you can see a gay, can you? Coming a mile off. No?
No, I'll just hold it in next time.
No. Can you tell gay men? Do you know a gay man?
I'd say, probably, if you did if you lined some people up
Yeah.
and said, point them out, I reckon I'd get...
But hold on, we're not talking about people dressed in leather with the arse cut out and an handlebar moustache.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you know, the everyday,
No,
non-seen...
of course,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, yeah. But I mean, suppose I put you in a room and there was 10 naked men, right?
Yeah.
and there's 5 gay men and 5 hetero. Could you walk along that line, looking at those gay?
Am I naked?
No, you don't have to be naked. Why would you have to be naked?
To catch him out.
Play a record.
How will you catch them out?
Don't go into it. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. Play a record. What are you doing?
I'll try to calm my gums down.
We don't do it with water.
What do you do it with?
You're trying to calm your guns down.
You do it with meditation and hard drugs.
What's the problem with your gums?
When I'm stressed out, my teeth know.
What? What do you mean?
Say that again.
When I'm sort of stressed out, me gums and my teeth know before I do. It's like a weakness.
So what's up? You got a toothache then? I thought you went to the dentist.
I did the other week.
Well, what's wrong with your teeth then? It's just because you're stressed.
I don't know.
Why are you stressed? What have you got to be stressed about?
I don't know. That's what's weird with stress, isn't it?
No.
Your body can be stressed without you realising. That's what
No, you're
kills people.
stressed. No. You're stressed because you feel stressed, and then your body gets weak because you're.
No, because I'm pretty good. I never feel stressed. That's part of my problem.
That's not
I
a
am
problem.
stressed, but I don't know about it. That's
That
why
doesn't make any sense at all.
it's number 1 killer.
What do you
never
mean?
get stressed.
If you don't feel stressed, how are you stressed?
But you must be stressed if your teeth
Right.
are telling
It's
you you're
like
stressed.
saying I didn't feel I had a pain, but apparently I did.
Listen,
Go on.
I was in Israel recently. I had a bag put over my head, chucked in the back of the van. Now the thing is, I kind of thought, well,
It wasn't a blind date, by the way, and he wasn't being arrested or kidnapped. It was a training thing, wasn't it, for
yes,
kidnap
but
situations?
I didn't know.
What, you didn't know they were going to do it?
No, they don't tell me anything, do they?
So what happened then?
So the thing is, that happened. I had a panic on a little bit. Afterwards, they took the bag off. I realised everything was all right. I was calm. My body was shaking, and that's what
That
I'm saying
doesn't make
to you.
any sense.
My body, as far as my body was concerned, it had just been kidnapped.
Right.
But I knew I hadn't.
You know the bag they put over your head? Was it like a tennis racket cover? What shape was it?
You sure they just didn't go and thought, oh, I thought I just bought the world's biggest orange? Do you ever get recognised much?
Yeah, now and again. But I haven't done anything of any worth, have I? It's almost like recognising a neighbour or something, because they sort of go, it's him. And then the other one might go, what does he do? Oh, I don't know. It's not like I've done something
Right, of any worth.
yet.
Yeah.
I think you're forgetting all those emails I pass on to you for those people that have had traumas in their lives. You know, the earthquake victims. There's people that have lost relatives or had, terrible life-threatening diseases, and they say the podcast got them through. Doesn't that warm the cockles of your heart?
Well, normally it's gone straight to you, hasn't it? And you just forward it me on, so it's almost like spam to me. It doesn't feel as special, because it's like, here you go, look at this,
Unbelievable.
I've watched the World Cup a few times with Ricky. The last time we qualified, we were doing a project, and we watched it together in a hotel room.
But of course, in the hotel room, it was just like a big bed. So we sat on the bed together, and we thought that was a bit intense. So I put a line of pillows down.
But I don't understand what. He was put a line of pillows between us. Now he knows I'm not going to jump on him.
No, I know.
He's not going to jump on me.
No.
But he's still terrified that some kind of paparazzi is going to sort of parascend down the building and peer in and take a photo of us. And that's before we've got time to explain that we're just watching the football. It's already printed going, well, this is clearly evidence of their game. There's no way that they could possibly be sat on a bed just as friends.
No, but hold on though. Why were we naked? Why didn't we just pop some trousers on?
But I seem to remember that you, even though it was my room, you forced me to sit in the chair. It was one of those really uncomfortable box chairs.
I said it's weird. I can't get excited. We're having a beer, okay? So now we're drinking. Now we're drinking in bed. On the bed.
In bed?
No. We had our clothes on. We're on the bed watching football. But I couldn't go, come on, England, with a little man sitting next to me in bed.
Not little man at all.
No, big man. And so I just thought, let's pop the pillows down. That wasn't enough. I said, Steve, I can't do this. I can't watch football with a man on a bed. I said, so go in the chair. And he sat
So I sat in this chair, which is, for a man of my size, those tiny little crappy hotel box chairs are no good. It's 90 bloody minutes plus the end of it. It was my room. I was furious.
I felt like I was, like an old rich man just waiting to die, and my little manservant used to come and sit and watch football with me
Exactly,
in the last days of my
days.
time. Carl, would you sit on a bed, right, with Stephen in a hotel room, right, watching football? Okay, you're pouring each other wine, and beer and shabby.
Well, no, there wasn't that music playing. There was the roar of the crowd and John Motson doing commentary. It wasn't. It's not a sexy sound at all.
What do you think, Carl? Someone said, "Oh, come to my room. We're watching football." You got there and he went.
Well, who was on the bed
That's
first?
not what happened.
Who was on the bed first?
Well, he probably got up to answer the door. So I don't know. I came in. I thought, well, there's only a bed here. We sat down. We thought, yeah.
No, but it wasn't. It was a chair there. So
Well, yeah, but you know full well that if you're in a room with Ricky, he's the one who's going to leap straight on the bed and demand that you.
I just took the chair.
Well, why would you be concerned with lying on a bed next to me?
What's up with that?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Why is it weird? I don't understand this.
Because
I've changed my tune.
it's a bit weird lying on a bed with a mate just watching football.
Yeah, you don't do that when you go around a house, do you?
Yeah, but it's because you have a sofa and things. We didn't have that in the room.
Yeah, but when you visit someone in hospital, you don't say, move over. You don't pop yourself down next to him, you sit on the chair next
No,
to
because
him.
you're not there in a relaxed situation for 90 minutes enjoying a game of sport. It's just a more formal environment. Because you're quite a sport fan, aren't you, Carl?
Yeah, but not in. I don't like getting into things too much because it can only be disappointing.
I've never seen him get into anything, to be quite honest.
No, I am a football fan, but I've got it now to a point where if they lose, it only bothers me for about half an hour,
Yeah.
and then I move on. Because the thing is, I'm not in control of it. There's nothing I can do to alter that team. If I could go in and say, listen, you're lazy, you get your finger out, you move up front a bit, it's different, but it's totally. It's like getting annoyed with nature. There's nothing you can do. So let it happen. Watch it if you want. But don't get annoyed about it because it's totally out of your hands.
Interesting that Carl's team tactics also sounds like he could be directing a gay porn. You get your finger out, you get up front. You're lazy.
That's amazing. What do you think of these people, though? I love it that everyone's an expert. Everyone's a pundit. You see these fat people in pubs going, well, he's lost a few yards up front. Yeah, you fucking score a goal then, fatty.
Wearing a football top.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Exactly, yeah.
They shouldn't make them for them. They shouldn't make them in that size. It should be one size only. If you're fit enough to play football, you can wear one. If you're a fatty, you're not. It looks ridiculous anyway.
But what's that? That's what he was talking about.
So you were a big fat slob with his belly out in an England shirt going, I could score from there. Go on then, let's have a go.
If Fat Bob in the pub, he's got his football top on, he gets all annoyed when England, lose.
Yeah.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make if they lose there or lose in the final?
Well,
What's the point?
Well, I'll tell you what difference it makes. I knew a Fat Bob, okay? That wasn't his name, but I'm changing the name to protect the innocent. And him. And he's not innocent, right?
Was it Fat Dave?
It was a big fat bloke, right? And he worked on one of the crews that used to bring in equipment where I used to work at the Students' Union, okay? And he was massive, right? And I think it was 1992, the Euro, right, when England got knocked out. And he went mental. And he was so angry, he went out and he wanted retribution, okay? Luckily, there were no German people around, but the closest he could find was a sausage van, some poor bloke who delivered sausages, and he turned it over. He got the van and he turned it over, because it was selling sausages, so he thought that's German enough.
No, well, if he's fat, he's probably just annoyed that it wasn't open.
I think I first became really excited by the World Cup that famous year when Maradona did the handball. Do you remember what was that, 1986?
86. Yeah.
Oh, that was so exciting. Because obviously he'd been so brilliant in that tournament. And then he did cheat, as we all know.
Yeah.
Isn't cheating part of all games now?
Hang on, here we go.
hold
This is
on.
controversial. There's a lot of young people who look up to Carl as a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in now, isn't it? It's get what you can, how you can.
But what's your feeling? Are you the sort of person... I mean, have you ever cheated in a game? Are you that sort of person?
I just think my dad does it a lot.
What, in board games and that?
Yeah, just cards, Monopoly.
How does he cheat at Monopoly?
Just nicks a lot of the money.
Oh, just straightforward nicks the money. I hadn't thought of that. I love that.
But how do you not notice him doing it? He
Because
doesn't
I'm
understand.
busy looking at, what properties I've invested in and
Sure.
stuff. And the money's just there, isn't it?
See, I don't see the point of cheating.
No, I
at
don't. I
Monopoly.
say that to him. I say, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. But to him, he's broke the system, hasn't he? He's got round the rules. What do you mean I can only have that much? Who says I can? Bosh. Get some more money, buy some more hotels. And in a way, that's life, innit? All people with loads of money now, you kind of go, have they made that honestly?
Right.
You know, I pass big houses in London and I think, gangsters, gotta be gangsters to have a house like that.
Yeah.
There's no way a normal job, someone who's... Because I know, I'm trying to make money. And I know how hard it is to make money. Because the more money you make, the more hands are out there, taking little bits. So how the hell has this man bought this house? It's got to be a crook.
So do you yourself cheat? Would you consider yourself a cheater? Are you honourable?
In games?
Well, just generally, do you cheat on anything?
No, do you know what? The other week, I'd had a cup of tea and some fish and chips at this pub, and they only took for one. And I went back the next day and said, oh, you didn't charge me for my fish and chips.
What a fucking moron.
I paid. No, I didn't tell her about the tea then.
Got a free tea?
The free tea, yeah. I just thought, well, you know, it's pretty good that I've gone back to pay for that. How much is a tea bag? The water's free.
Yeah.
I'll have that for free. So that, again, that's just me. It's like the Mars bar and the paper round. It's me going, well, I've been good. The fish would have cost money. Potatoes are pretty cheap, but I'll pay for it. But for my goodness, is a little gift. Have a free cup of tea. If she was good at her job, she'd have remembered. I thought she would have done. In a way, it annoyed me that she didn't go, oh yeah, so you did, well done, thank you very much for coming back.
Right.
She just was like, did you?
Not
She
enough
looked at me.
gratitude. I know what you mean.
She looked at me like we didn't even know.
Yeah.
I was worrying about a staff member
Getting
sort
fired or
of getting
something.
done
Yeah.
or having to pay for it.
I know where you're coming at there.
One of my first disappointments with football, I was 10 years old, okay, and one of the teachers was in charge of the football team, my junior school, and I went down to Tutty's, it was, a shop in Reading with my mum. So it's white socks, black shorts, white shirt, got that. Knocked on his door. I said, I've got my kit. He went with the trials yesterday. He missed it. That was it for a year.
XFM 104.9, Magic Numbers, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
Well, I'm a little bit worried. I've just got to warn the listener. If we suddenly just go off air, right, it's because champagne is pouring down a hole where there's loads of wires into the desk. Because Steve,
Yeah.
getting ready to open this champagne, right, just took that wire thing off, just put it there. Of course, because it's warm, it just exploded everywhere.
Yeah, I should explain now, I didn't bring in champagne to toast our return to the radio. I mean, I'm not an idiot. But, actually, from Focus PR, Ashley has rather nicely sent us some Lindauer sparkling wine, and I'm just trying some, and it's really quite refreshing on this summer's day. So if you're perhaps working for some kind of PR agency, you know, or any kind of company, and you want to send us stuff which you want us to shamelessly promote on air, then feel free to do that.
So you're just looking for free stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you know, electrical goods.
Oh, okay, it's not just like champagne.
Definitely not.
Because I was going to say, if other champagne companies, what's that champagne company called that they sent us for free?
Lindauer sparkling wine, which I imagine is available now.
Yeah, so other champagne companies feeling jealous could send you some and you'd mention it.
I don't want to exclude anyone from this. You know, anyone is welcome to send anything in.
Brilliant.
And as I say, I'm particularly interested in sort of designer goods.
Okay.
You know, the Apple Mac people, they're welcome to send
Sure.
anything in.
Now, what's annoying about that champagne opening like that is that, as you know, I've brought my camera in, and I wanted to film you opening that onto Carl's head. Got the cork.
Rick, I got another bottle.
Have you ever?
I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity like that.
That's a bit of a waste of champagne opening 2 bottles. But Carl, would you mind? Because that would have made a cracking noise against your head. That cork going off, and because it's such a lovely bald little sort of dome.
Yeah.
We'll put your head right down. Yeah. He'll open it. We'll see what the cork does, and I'll film it for like a website or something.
Maybe we'll make that the finale of today's show.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sponsored
Well,
by
I'm answering,
Lindauer
yeah.
sparkling wine.
Oh yeah, the sound of a cracking cork against Carl's skull, sponsored by Lindau.
Sponsored by Lindauer, available now.
Great.
Right, we're doing Rockbusters then.
Oh, okay, now you should explain briefly what the concept is, Carl, because there might be a few new listeners.
It's Blockbusters. Right, go on then.
Well, it's not Blockbusters.
No, because they were real clues, weren't they?
Yeah, that was actually.
He says they're a cryptic clue. It's not cryptic.
Well,
It's it's like, what am I thinking? This competition is like, what number am I thinking of?
Rick, just calm down for a second. Let me explain basically what the concept is. You'll remember some of the greats from the past.
Yeah.
Basically, you give some vague clue. Is that right, Carl? And from that, we're supposed to deduct which band or artist you're thinking of. So, for instance, there was
one, the West Indian fella spinning a fish round his head, and that was Detroit Spinners.
The Trout Spinners.
Yeah,
Detroit
Spinners. Yeah.
There's also what happens if you fall over into a puddle in Texas. Wet knee Houston. Wet knee.
That is the level of Carl's
That's what you're
clues.
working with.
But can I just say, there's no irony in this. Carl doesn't think this is quirky or kitsch or ironic. He thinks these could go on the Guardian crossword.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This is the best stuff you can come up with.
Yeah.
Right. So there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right. I give you the cryptic clue.
Yeah, not
and to help
cryptic.
you along, well, it is.
Yeah,
and
not
I
really.
give you some initials of the band or the artist or whatever to help you along as well.
Yeah.
3 of them.
This is on the text only. We don't want emails on this one. Just
It's the one that gets the highest, or the first one to get 3. The first email with 3, or the first one that is the highest. So if no one gets a third one, which I wouldn't blame you for, so if there's like 30 people that get 2, it's the first email that comes in that we pick, and they win a handful of tat. Would you like to go through?
I'll search out the tat in a second. I'm not sure where it is. Yeah,
Good stuff.
there's some DVDs and stuff in there. It's not bad. Yeah, but it means you go forward to the grand final in 6 weeks' time when you're playing for all that amazing stuff Ricky's got. We've got the signed, genuine, exclusive drawing of Homer Simpson done by Matt Groening, featuring references to Carl. We've got the signed Spinal Tap poster. This is big stuff you can't get anywhere else.
No, it's a rare American poster signed by
And
Nigel
it's such a
Tufnell.
shame that your only chance of winning it is with this inane quiz.
Absolutely, it's not down to skill or anything. It's just such a shame that.
Let's just do it then.
Go on then.
Right. The first one.
Go on.
What you got to remember is it's a band or an artist that XFM play as well. Right. Right then. So the first one.
Oh yeah, because X-Men play with Detroit Spinners and Whitney Houston all the time, don't they?
All right. These 3.
Okay.
Giving it away, but these are XFM bands.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. If you got like a bulb.
Oh Jesus. I know, and you don't think about the cryptic clue is that every syllable counts. He says it's different every time he says it. There'll be something different. Look, go on then. Go.
Right. So if you get a bulb, right?
A what?
A bulb.
A bulb.
What's a bulb?
What's a bulb?
Like a.
A light bulb.
A light bulb. Oh, a light bulb.
So
okay,
you get a
yeah.
bulb.
You get a bulb. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
He's gone. Right, go on.
So you get a bulb. Right.
Oh, yeah, a bulb. Yeah. Have you got something in your throat? What are you doing? Are you eating a gobstopper? What are you doing?
We'll play a song then.
No, come on. Get the clue out, for goodness sake.
So the cryptic clue is, so, if you get a bulb, right, so...
That's the beginning. Okay, great.
Right, if you get if you get a bulb, like, go on.
And you look after it, right? You look after that bulb. And you teach it stuff. And all
Jesus
that.
Christ.
What you doing there? Do you know what I mean?
This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary.
Imagine that written down in the
He's
Telegraph.
had 18 months to get this
But
right.
imagine it! That's not a clue, that's an essay!
I don't know what it is.
It's a
I
conversation
don't know
with
if he means
yourself!
a light bulb, a bulb like you plant in the garden. What kind of bulb does he mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
Right, you get a bulb.
Well, remember that, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't
No,
matter
it does, but I can't say too much. Right, so listen, let me just do it again. You get a bulb, right, when it's young, you look after that bulb, you teach it stuff and what have you. What have you done there? What's gone on?
Brilliant!
And what are the initials of the band?
R, right?
R.
R for rabbit, right? So what's the band there? Second one,
Jesus.
people have a problem doing this when they get home from like a night out drinking. Right? What's the problem they've got? Right? The initial there, K. What's the band? Right? People get in from having a night out, they'll have a problem doing this. What is it? What's the problem?
Okay. And clue
Right.
number 3?
I had a vision of that Chinese flu. Right? That's C. I had a vision of that Chinese flu.
You had a vision of that Chinese flu,
Yeah,
and that's
the
the letter
band
C.
C. Right? So 3 bands there. 3 cryptic clues.
Not really.
Text in 83 XFM. Just send the 3 band names. That'll do, won't it?
Can they do a website as well?
If they want, they can email in.
Well, tell them what it is.
Yeah, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Send it in there.
Give them again quickly then, Carl.
Right then, so get a bulb when it's young and that. Look
Brilliant,
after it.
different,
look
totally
after
different.
It, teach it stuff.
Yeah.
And all that.
Okay.
What's the band, right?
Yeah.
Second one, people have a problem doing this when they get home late at night. You know, they've been out drinking and that. They get home. What problem are they going to have? K is the initial. Third one, I had a vision of that Chinese flu. What do I mean?
Brilliant.
C's the initial.
Play a record. I mean, it's abomination. Right, go.
First clue was if you get a bulb when it's young, you look after it and that, you teach it stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Go on.
The initial was R.
Yeah.
Right, that was razor light. Alright?
Raise a light, you raise a light.
Razor
Yeah.
light, okay.
Kind of works.
Yeah, it
Second
didn't matter
one.
what sort of bulb it was then.
It was very
Sure.
specific.
Got it, mine. Go on.
People have a problem doing this when they get home from a night out drinking.
Yeah.
What's the problem they're having? They have a problem getting the key in. Keen.
That's awful.
Word.
That doesn't count.
Words.
Keen.
And they got it right.
It's keen. It's keen. It's
Got it
one to awful.
The last one,
Awful.
I had a vision of that Chinese flu.
Yeah.
The initial I was C. That was Caesars. Caesars. They managed to get that as well.
I love the fact that even he knows they managed to get that as well. Did anyone get all three?
Yeah, a few people.
That's terrible. Okay, who was the first one?
I don't know what it says about XFM and its listeners that people are getting these answers right.
I know. Go on then.
I mean, horrific. But anyway, we're going to give it, and he goes forward, as I say, for the big prizes in 6 weeks' time. It's Paul in Bookham. Well done,
Paul Bookham, but also he does get the complete series of Alias, League of Gentlemen, that Rock Gods album. So you know, it's pretty good for Open Water on DVD and a chance to win all those prizes. Brilliant. Coming up next, a cork smacking a bald man on the bonce really hard.